Alright, now taking a look at the NightEagles starting on the eastern side, while their opponents AVANT-GARDE shall be playing on the west. And interestingly enough, the NightEagles opting for no SPG, so 3 T69 strong here.
Yeah, and the AVANT-GARDE team going for that piece of artillery, only a tier 6 Loran 1550, not the 51. So it is a tier 6, and of course to make up for that tier point difference, they are going to go for a tier 3 Panzer 1C.
Tier 2 Panzer 1C.
Yeah, tier 2.
So yeah, well, usually the Panzer 1C always comes up when the Loran 155 is chosen, like just to compensate for, just to give like the other scout just a wee bit of more armor and mobility.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, on the other hand, like Riven and Fresh Meat, as always, playing with those T69s on AVANT-GARDE's side.
Yeah, both teams actually favoring that T69.
Yeah, definitely. Well, in general, generally speaking. So in terms of raw firepower out there in the field, NightEagles having a slight edge. However, well, you know, you can never disregard that piece of French Loran 155.
Yeah, definitely not.
And on this map, unlike Prokhorovka, because there's so much rocks and everything, you can take cover from artillery, but you can't get away from it with
actually,
mobility.
AVANT Blade here taking out quite low. He has to get out of here. With this Panzer, he is going to make it down to his to around his base area.
That Panzer 1C.
Oh, and actually, the T69 pushing really heavily now towards the
and that Loran is now threatened. It's seriously threatened. As a matter of fact, he's got to duck this out. Like if that Loran is taken out, it's going to be and he.
Yeah, and the NightEagles pushing actually really heavily. Actually.
Yeah, it's just those 269s putting a lot of pressure on that piece of artillery and just forcing the Loran 155 to just duck up north.
Started. Yeah, the base capture has been started on the the AVANT-GARDE have to respond to this, and they have pulled back. Yeah, the NightEagles, definitely realizing that if they stay there,
it's just gonna be like they're gonna be like mangled. But it was more than anything, it was just to put pressure on the piece of Loran, and it did work. Now the Loran has to retreat all the way up north to the airfield. So a nice move from the NightEagles.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and actually tier 1 getting taken out on the AVANT-GARDE side. Both teams doing a T1, so a little bit less actually, and the Panzer as well goes down on the AVANT-GARDE side. So a slight advantage going to the NightEagles. However, it is still quite even. I mean, the AVANT-GARDE definitely have to protect that piece of artillery. The longer the artillery stays in play, the more damage, of course, it can deal.
Yeah, and the NightEagles just getting a wee bit of damage on those T69s, like for that bolt push, but nevertheless, just so that they could keep that piece of Loran under pressure. It was actually, I think, a worthy move, sort of. And
actually, it's pretty kind of interesting to see the NightEagles not going for that kind of
northern pass, but just squatting the middle pretty much. They're bullying the middle. Usually, if you squat that middle section, you're just going to be a sitting duck for the piece of SPG, but because they drove him out, they actually have a very interesting positional advantage here. They're like monopolizing the midsection of the map. That's very rare on airfield, as Andy just said. Like it's actually we've never seen.
Yeah, we've actually never seen a team.
That area is only open to scouts, pretty much most of the time. So that forces the MX-50s on the AVANT-GARDE side to actually be on their own starting point.
Yeah, pretty much.
It doesn't really give them that many options, and meanwhile, those T69s are probably going to go for a flank towards the water. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Possibly.
I mean, they could. Technically, they could. Like,
they definitely could.
That IS-3 is like squatting the hilltop. In the middle. Now that Loran's got to do something. Really, it's just and that Panzer 1C is taken down along with the T1. So right now, AVANT-GARDE is scoutless.
Yeah, they are scoutless, and you know, AVANT-GARDE,
their forces are stretched like rather thin, and they've got no other choice because they have to defend that Loran.
Yeah, and the thing is, you know, for that Loran to be useful, they have to have vision on the enemy team. They have
right now,
vision
they do not.
Yeah, on the NightEagles. However, since they lost both their scouts, they really don't have as much vision as they would like. So
I gotta say, NightEagles playing this very smartly.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of times, we would tend to see teams go for that northern pass area. However,
and they might still decide to retreat to that northern pass because, and they kind of do, like they're trying to attempt a flank because they know the MX-50s are camped out on the starting point to the western side, so they can't rush it. But at the same time, they can go for a flank. They're probably assuming that the Loran is up there in the open in the desert. So if those T69s actually go up there, right now on the AVANT-GARDE side, there's only 269s defending it pretty much, so it could divide. They were forced to divide their forces like that. So if they choose to go for a full-on push, say on the northern pass, it would actually work out. Yeah, definitely. And so AVANT-GARDE is always trying to mix it up as well. I mean, you know, that's why I love this team. They just even under pressure, they still attempt very, very just bold tactics out there. So they're really just going for the northern pass as we speak right now, trying to just provide vision for that piece of Lorraine.
Yeah. They definitely have to provide vision or else
but their forces are stretched so thin right now. They're so far apart from each other. Look at those T69s, look at those AMXs. Like, it's just, if they get surrounded, it might just be...
Oh, actually, Nua Dio can be in trouble here because he has been spotted.
NightEagle audio is just, has been spotted, but yeah, that Laurent still not getting a crack at him.
Yeah.
CKSBB has been spotted as well, so those 269s
are
actually...
NC's going to take a lot of damage from
Yeah, just, he's been flanked out there.
Oh, he's actually might get taken out.
Almost taken down, but no, Fresh Meat had to reload on that one, so he had to back up, so he's still very much alive right now.
But now it's Griven.
It's Griven, like, who's dealing a lot of damage. Look at that, amazing, amazing micros again, like, the use of the terrain by the AVANT-GARDE players is absolutely outstanding. They're outnumbered right now.
Yeah. They are outnumbered.
And
Fresh Meat coming in to finish off N60. Oh, but NCC gets behind that rock.
But, you know, amazing play by AVANT-GARDE players because they were outnumbered and still just get the better of their opponents.
Yeah.
Oh, I love these guys.
Yeah, AVANT-GARDE actually Griven here in trouble.
And Griven in trouble. He might get taken down
he looks
here.
like he will get taken down.
He does get taken down.
Yeah,
ultimately, the numbers...
and the Loran gets taken down as well. So, yeah, AVANT-GARDE looking in a kind of not good position. And that's another tank as well. So, only 3 tanks now remaining on the AVANT-GARDE team. 2 AMX-50s and, of course, that one T69.
Yeah, the T69. And the AMX-50 is just really, really taking a long time to join their partners. That's what I was saying. Their forces were stretched very, very thin. And right now, all NightEagles have to do is just bullet away through, pretty much.
Yeah.
And the T32 is coming back to support his teammates, while the T1, remaining T1 on the NightEagles side is going for capture.
Yeah.
For base capture.
Yeah,
so
all
really,
the NightEagles are,
honestly, it looks really, really, really grim for AVANT-GARDE right now.
Yeah.
Although I really got to say, like, you know, Griven and Fresh Meat, once again, with a delightful bit of micro. It's just that one extra shot on both tanks could have completely turned things around.
Yeah, exactly.
But, you know, you only have that
just
many...
the backup from the NightEagles were just a little bit faster.
Yeah, definitely. And because they were a lot closer, and it was just that one extra shot on each tank, like, would have been enough.
Yeah, definitely.
And look at that, the T69 took so much punishment, is now retreating just to be safe.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty grim for AVANT-GARDE, but I gotta say, even like outgunned, under pressure, AVANT-GARDE in terms of individual skill, just showing plenty of brilliance. Oh boy, this is gonna be one heated matchup.
Yeah, and the rest of the AVANT-GARDE members actually pretty grouped up right now. Their base is being captured, so they have to... I mean, I really don't see anything they can do.
No, they can't do anything. I mean, just right now, it's just pretty much it's game over for them, but the match itself is not over yet.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to the AVANT-GARDE response.
Yeah, and AVANT-GARDE actually Fresh Meat here coming up from behind
as well, but they're completely outnumbered.
Yeah,
so
there's
only that much that they can do.
Yeah, so these are the 2 tanks now remaining on the AVANT-GARDE side. Quite shortly, this first set will end in favor of NightEagles, and the last tank now remaining on the AVANT-GARDE team.
There you go, and going down